Welcome back to day 11 of our one pose a day for 100 days. So we're about a tenth of the way there and almost near 2/3 of the way to our habit forming 14 days. So hopefully you're staying with me. Today's practice is going to be a low lunge practice. So we'll use a blanket for our knees. We'll have blocks and an optional chair. I'm going to demonstrate using the chair, but I'll start with the blocks just in case you'd prefer to use those. If you don't like to be on your knees, you can certainly try the lunge with a high lunge, standing lunge, using the back of your chair or even a wall for more support or countertop. All right, let's get started. Sitting up nice and tall, let's take the arms by the side. Take a nice inhale as you reach the palms overhead and exhale, lowering. Let's add the head raise and look up towards the hands. Exhaling, chin to chest. Letting yourself arrive to your one pose practice today. We'll take one more nice full breath as you draw the palms overhead. Let's exhale, palms together and down. All right, let's get started. Let's come to hands or onto our knees. We'll use the blanket for padding of the knees, especially if you have a really hard surface. It's just nice to protect your knees and not do it straight on the hard surface floor. I'm going to demonstrate with the blocks, but then I'll use the chair just to show how the chair is used as well. So we'll start on our knees on the blanket, and you have the blocks ahead of you, just about shoulder distance or a little bit wider. You'll step your right foot forward through the blocks, and you'll have that ankle ahead of the knee just to protect it. As you lunge, you want to see that that knee is behind or directly over the ankle, and try not to have the knee way over the toes. Not that the knee doesn't do this, it does. That's what it's built for. However, as we're working through, we don't want to overstretch the ligaments, especially when you're holding a static pose. So just protecting your knee, keeping it right over the ankle. So as we do this with the blocks, when you come into your lunge, you want to think about your shoulders rolling back, your heart lifting. Lift the belly button up towards the heart energetically. Lengthen your tailbone to the floor behind you. And that just helps so we kind of don't just throw the hips forward. You can see now, throwing my hips forward, I'm overarching my back. So everything's controlled. Front of the body, lifting, lengthening the back of the body. And then we'll sit those hips back as you lengthen that right leg. Try to keep the head looking forward so we don't drop and over around the upper back. That's the blocks. I'll demonstrate using the chair just so we can see how that works too, and then we'll continue our practice together. So using the chair, make sure the chair is on the mat just to give you some nice surface so the chair doesn't slip away from you. Definitely don't use any chair with wheels, please. All right. So the knees are back. Step that right foot. Top of the foot is a little bit under your chair seat, and I scoot my left knee back just a little bit. Same idea. The knee is behind the ankle. As I press my hips forward, bending that knee, you want to keep that knee behind the ankle. Roll the shoulders back. So the chair here is nice to help keep the chest nice and lifted so we're not diving forward even if we're using the floor. You can do it, but you want to make sure the shoulders are back, chest is open. All right, let's get started. As you inhale, press the hips gently forward, roll the shoulders back. You exhale, hips press back, starting to straighten that right leg, flexing the right foot and toes. Inhale forward, lift the front of the body, lengthen the tailbone, and exhale back. Let's do 4 more times on this side. This is a nice pose to help open up the hips as well as the back of that leg that we're straightening as we press your hips back. And 3 more. Think of the gaze sending forward towards the chair or the top of your mat. And 2, so we don't drop the chin or the head. Last one. Now we'll come forward into our lunge, bending that forward knee, pressing the hips forward, lift that belly button, lift the front of the body so you're really grounding down through that front foot, drawing the energy of that right hip inward. Find that grounding. Maybe we can get a little lighter on the hands. If you feel balanced, one hand can stay on the chair, the right arm lifts and reaches. If you feel balanced, strengthening through that right leg, lift both arms, spiraling the pinkies inward towards each other. Lift the heart, lengthen that tailbone. When you're holding a pose like this, Anjaneyasana Low Lunge, find a nice, even, smooth inhale and exhale. Good time to check in with the body. Let's take 2 more nice full breaths here as we hold this low lunge. And after your next full exhale, bring the hands back to the chair seat. Bring that right knee back. And let's switch sides. Left foot forward. Top of the left foot's a little bit under the chair. Resting the top of that right foot on the floor. Roll the shoulders back. Start to press your hips gently forward. Lengthen the tailbone. Roll the shoulders back. Take a nice inhale. Exhale. Sit the hips back, starting to straighten your left leg. Flex the left foot and toes. And inhale forward. Let's keep going. Just noticing this side compared to the other 4 more rounds. Maybe one side, the leg, back of the leg's a little tighter, or the front of that hip. And 3 more. Keep the gaze looking slightly forward, especially as you fold forward over that left leg. And 2. And just moving nice and smoothly with your breath. Last time. After you press your hips back, let's come back into that low lunge. Energetically lifting the belly button up towards the heart. Lengthen your tailbone. Roll your shoulders back. Think of a slight lift of the heart or chest upwards. Palms can stay on the chair or your blocks. Let's go ahead and raise that left arm. If you feel balanced and stable, ground down through that left foot. Raising that right arm. Spiraling the pinkies in towards each other. Take a few nice, full, even breaths here in your Anjaneyasana Low Lunge. Opening the hips, strengthening the legs, opening the front of the body. As you exhale completely next, let's bring the hands back to the chair or blocks. Step that left knee back. We can come into a nice child pose, incorporating that for a little rest. Knees wide, big toes together. Palms on the mat, arms long. Sit your hips back toward your heels. Nice long arms, gazing down at the mat below. And when you're ready, bring the hands under the shoulders. Let's press back up. Come back to sitting propped on your blanket or blocks or in the chair. And sit up nice and tall. Take the arms out to the side. Let's take our nice closing inhale, palms overhead. Exhaling, palms together and down. And I thank you for joining our practice today. I'll see you next time.